Hello, third grade, and welcome to the second part of our reading skill for the day. Now, we just practiced figurative language, and now we're going to be looking at asking and answering questions. We will be looking at these for the rest of the year. It's important for good readers to ask questions before, during, and after a text, as well as answering the correct way with who, what, where, why, how, and when questions. Now, for this story, we're going to do little check marks on each paragraph. There are 3. Now, I can look right now that the title, Biography of Mary Shelley. I wonder, I'll ask my first before question, if this whole part is about that character, Mary Shelley. Now, during the reading, I will be asking myself some questions to make sure that I understand what I'm reading. And afterward, we will answer these following questions. Let's go ahead and begin. Please follow along with me. In the 19th century, female authors were not very respected. They often used a pseudonym or a false name to make it seem as though the author was male. Despite this prejudice, a female author wrote one of the most classic novels of all time. Mary Shelley was born on August 30th, 1797, to a very educated family in London, England. Mary's father, William Godwin, wrote political ideas, and her mother, Mary Wollstonecraft, had been famous for her writing and ideas promoting the rights of women. When she was a child, Mary's father encouraged her daughter to write by composing letters and stories. When she was an adult, she married a famous poet named Percy Shelley. Percy encouraged Mary to keep writing and publishing her work. Now I'm going to do a quick check and ask myself a question. So I can see at the beginning, I wonder if the influence from her parents helped her become the person she was today, because her parents both wrote. So maybe that's why she is a writer. Mary Shelley wrote novels, short stories, plays, essays, biographies, and even travel writings. But she is most famous for writing Frankenstein. In Frankenstein, a crazy scientist named Frankenstein brings a monster to life. Shelley's classic story has been read and retold in books, on stage, and on movie screens for decades, paving the way for female authors. Now we can go back through, and whenever we are answering questions, we will go back and highlight the evidence. This is the biggest thing that you will learn in 3rd grade, is that when we are finding information, we are going back into the text. We're not going from our memory, because sometimes our memory doesn't last as long. We need to go back and find the exact words. So, who was Mary Shelley's husband? I want you to find the blue crayon. And we're going to go back and highlight who her husband was. Get a little bit smaller. So she married a famous poet named, so he was a famous poet named Percy Shelley. Now, when I am answering these questions, it is important that I restate the question. Now, on the side here, we have a little anchor chart to help us remember how to restate our answer. Now, we use cups in our class, and that starts with C, to cross out the asking words in the question. So that's exactly how we're going to start, and we're going to cross out the asking words. Who was Mary Shelley's husband? So my asking words are who and was. So I'll cross those out. Go ahead and cross those out on yours as well. My second step is to use the rest of the words in your answer. So Mary Shelley's husband. That's how I'm going to start it. Mary Shelley's husband. P stands for put in your answer. Now we found our evidence up here. Is a famous poet. Is a famous poet. Actually, I'm going to restate this. Is Percy Shelley. Go ahead and type that out. Mary Shelley's husband is Percy Shelley. And our final part is to support your answer with evidence from the text. So that's where I can use more of my highlighted part, that he is a famous poet. I'm going to minimize that to make it a little bit smaller. You can click the lowercase a, so you have room to fit it all on there as well. And we've answered our first question. We're going to skip number 2, yellow, and we're going to move to red. Where was Mary Shelley born? Grab your red crayon. I'm going to look at where she was born. Mary Shelley was born on August 30th, 1797 in London, England. All right, let's use cups. First thing we need to do is cross out the asking words. So where was, those are my asking words. I'll cross those out. Second step is to use the rest of the words for your answer. Mary Shelley was born. Sometimes you need to add words inside your answer. Mary Shelley was born. Then I can put in my answer. And it's a where question, so I need to give the location. In London, England. Then I can support my answer with evidence from the text. So I could add that she was born on August 30th, 1797. August 30th, 1797. Go ahead and pause the video so you have time to catch up and write this out as well. Now our final question we'll be answering today is the green question. So grab your green crayon. And it says, how did Mary's father encourage her to write? Let's go back and find our evidence and see what her father did. So I see encouraged. Mary's father encouraged his daughter to write by composing letters and stories. Go ahead and highlight that. And we'll go down and use cups. First thing we do is cross out our question words. How did? Then we use the rest of the words in my answer. Mary's father encouraged, see how I had to add the ed, her to write by, and I'll go back up and look at my evidence. Encouraged her by composing letters and stories. I'll add that in. Composing letters and stories. Go ahead and pause the video if you need to finish writing these out. I will be checking throughout the day to make sure that you are on task and getting closer to our fantastic Friday. Remember, if you have any questions, you need to click the inbox and message me or come to office hours at 1:30. I will see you all soon.